Hey, this is John Jeffords. I'm working on my capstone project. I'm looking at the Mealy state diagram. The Mealy machine was the winner out of the two. I had a Moore and I had a Mealy. Um, so I'm going to go through every state on this transition table. Sorry, not transition table, this state diagram. Um, just a quick run through. So it starts off when the system's reset at state zero. This basically means that the child's either with their parent or not even in the car. You know, like there's no child in the car seat. Um, so this is the safe state, and you can see with these red arrows that if the parent is away and the child's in the car seat still, then it follows these red arrows. These are basically saying like, "Hey, this is bad stuff," and the blue arrows are the good things. So it starts off in S0. It will stay in S0 if the kid stays out of the car seat or if the parent stays close by. But as soon as the parent leaves with the kid still in the car seat, it goes to state one. These checks are happening once per minute as well. So it sends a notification to the parent's phone, um, and then if the parent comes back or the kid leaves the car seat, it goes to state zero again. And there's an important assumption that the kid can't leave the car seat on his own, so it's assumed that an adult or something is helping the kid out of the car seat. Or if the kid was big enough to get out of the car seat on his own, then maybe he's also big enough to uh, open up a door or something like that. Now, from S1, uh, the first notification was sent. If the parent stays away the next minute, it goes to state two. Another notification is sent, and if the parent comes back, it goes to F0. But if the parent doesn't come back the third minute, then the AC is turned on. A third notification is sent, and it's put in this emergency state. If this parent stays away, it just stays on this emergency state. If the parent comes back, um, and the child's still in the seat, it will go back to S0, but the output will still be sending an output signal to the cooling system. So the cooling system will stay on even if the parent's there, just like in the. Um, it's the same as the Moore state diagram um, that Professor Matar went over in class. And then, so basically, at any of these states, if the parent comes back or the child gets out of the car seat, it goes to S0. Except in this case, if it's a little bit different with the child getting out of the seat or the parent coming back, they will have different inputs and different outputs for the cooling system and notification system. So I want to go over the actual circuit. Here's the circuit. I liked this one better than the Moore machine because it looks simple, it looks straightforward. Uh, I've got a state counter right here, so it displays what state we're in, and then we've got the notification and the cooling. This is for the AC and the notifications. And I made sure to like name these all S and F for the correct input and outputs, cooling and notification. If I wanted to finish this, I could do like the port out, but right now I just have the probe on them. So if the we're in S0 right now. If I toggle it, it'll stay in S0. If just one of these is one but not the other one, it'll stay in S0. They have to be both one, so the seat has to be occupied, the fob has to be away, and then it'll go to S1. But if either one of them are um, 0 with S1, it'll go back to S0. And same with S2, state 2. That one's a 0, for example, it'll go back to S0. And then, or if this one's at 0. I'm just trying to show all possible combinations. And then if we go to state 3, it'll send a notification still, like the other ones did, and the cooling will come on. But if the parent if we stay in S3 and time passes by, it'll stay in S3. Sorry, if the fob's still away, so the air conditioning will stay on. And then if the child leaves the seat, we'll go to S0 again, and the cooling will turn off. However, if we're at S3 and the parent comes back, but the child's still in the seat, the AC should stay on still, even though it goes to state 0. Alrighty, and then we've got these 2 flip-flops to synchronize everything. And then we've got these 2 flip-flops for to manage the different states. And I think that's everything. Let me double check. Got that done. Yep. Matches the convention and project statement. Every clock stop. What state you're in. Yep. All possible states and transitions. Did that. Asynchronous inputs. No, they're all synchronized. Alrighty. I think that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed watching this.